Before we get started putting the alcohol on this car to prep it, we've got water spots all over from washing this car with soap and water. First things first, if you have any kind of watches, bracelets, any kind of jewelry that can dig into the car, make sure you take that off before. Last thing you want to do is have a perfect install and a scratched car. Now we're going to start with the alcohol clean. For all of our cleaning and wiping down anything on this car, we're using microfiber cloth. Okay, what they specify, they being 3M, is to soak down your rag instead of the car, due to the fact that your alcohol will stay in the rag a lot longer than just spraying it on the vehicle, especially if the vehicle's warm. It'll evaporate very quickly. Just start cleaning and you're good to go. Alright, with this DuPont Prep Sol, do not put it in a spray bottle. Okay, find yourself one of these style of nozzles and put it around the rag. Just go in a circular motion, get it pretty damp. You're going to clean it the same way you do with alcohol. You're going to go in circular motion, clean off the whole hood. It'll seem to leave a little bit of a film on it. That is okay. It will start evaporating. This stuff is very bad to your lungs, so that's why you do not want to spray it in a spray bottle. Alright, now this vehicle has been fully prepped. We've hit it with soap and water wash, we've hit it with alcohol, DuPont Prep Solvent, and now we're ready for the install. What we've got done is we found the center point of the bevel of the hood. At the top point, you can barely see the bevel. Many guys can figure out exactly where it's at, hit it dead center. We were able to take measurements from both sides, find center like you would with any graphic. What we're going to do now is we're going to line up these pieces before we do the install and get nice tape marks along here to make sure we're getting this graphic straight. Alright, now that we found center, we're laying up both graphics to make sure that everything is done complete. What you will do is the edge of the liner you want to have just right at the edge of the hood, so it just follows the nice bevel down. Once you've got this down, what you can do is remove one side of this hood. We know that this side of the tape, the left side, is center. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to place pieces of tape as guidelines for my install. Alright, next step of this install. Few things. Number one, never have your spray bottles sitting on top of the car. Your bottom of the bottle will actually can make scratches into the car. If it falls and slides down, you're going to scratch the vehicle. Do not allow your bottle to ever touch the painted surface. Another thing to know with this material, it has a clear mask on it. If this clear mask is to get too hot, what it will do is it'll start shrinking back. It's not the vinyl itself that's shrinking, it's the clear. When the clear gets hot, it will actually shrink. Some of you have come across this in the getting kits in the mail through UPS or FedEx, and your kit will be shrunk or have a corner that's peeled back or whatnot. A lot of times that is from the heat getting to it, so install this in a nice cool environment. Okay, now I'm going to prep this piece. I've cleaned the top of the hood. You need to find a nice clean surface to wet down the actual material itself. However, do not get the paper backing wet. If the paper backing gets wet, the liner itself will stick to your material. Some of you have come across this problem. If you get just one little spot even, that liner will rip through and it will be very tough to get that off of the material. Now I'm going to spray down the adhesive side with the expelled gel. come back and spray the hood. I prefer the gel just due to the simple fact I was used to paint protection film. This gel seems to allow you to lift up your material a little bit easier. A lot of you are used to rapid tack, which is fine. Do what you're used to, but I would definitely consider giving this gel a shot. It just seems to go through very, very smoothly, especially on these installs. After you get it laid down, once again, pop it up. Spray some more slip solution underneath. Line up against your register marks. Now we're down to the install time. We've got everything lined up straight. We've got the masking itself is following the ridge. Now what a lot of guys are running into, the biggest problem of course of this whole hood is this slope right here. A lot of guys are getting confused as far as how to get that down properly. This is the technique I'm going to show you that has seemed to be flawless. Okay, what you want to do is get your slip solution, only go down about 4 or 6 inches or so. Okay, flat surface only. Do not go over this bevel. Hold your hand just somewhere in here, just keep it held down. All you're going to do is just get a nice adhesion, something that'll allow the vinyl to stick. So I've got 4 to 6 inches right here installed. Flat surface only. Okay, now for the big move. Where my hand just was is now tacked. What I've got to do is I've got to lift up the vinyl, spray under that just to make sure that there's no adhesion still going through that. I've got enough gel under there, I should be good to go. Alright, this is the key spot right here. What I'm going to do is my right hand I'm going to have down here towards the front of the vehicle. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to shove this down towards the front clip of the car. However, do not stretch it too much to where you're making your stripe, your outer stripe, fall into the crevice of the hood. So what I'll do, give a nice little tug, nice little stretch. I'm going to only spray down to my hand. Set down the bottle, flat surface only. I'm going to squeegee the gel down towards my hand. What I'm doing along this edge, I'm going right on the edge, but I'm not going down the edge. Okay, I've made it once again to my hand. I need to release my hand, pop up this film, do a nice spray. Once again, get under it, give it just a nice little tug at the bottom. Finish my squeegee move down to my hand once again. If you notice, I'm going into a stair-step move. I'm overlapping each stroke. where my hand just was. Once again, lift it up. Finish out to the edge of the material. Come back over it with a few strokes. Make sure you have all the gel out. Only on the flat surface. Okay, key move. Since we did that stretch, what I have done is I've been taking all of the fingers. When I say fingers, I mean anything that's just sticking up awkwardly. Okay? What I'm going to do now is I'm going to start from this bottom and I'm going to work my way up. I'm going to start at the corner. I'm now standing on the side of the car and squeegeeing down towards myself, right over the curve of the car. I use two hands, nice firm pressure, start above on the flat surface, squeegee down. Do not allow your squeegee to go over your clear mask. If you do that, you can easily scratch the car with your squeegee, unless you're using a Teflon on the edge of your squeegee. We allow enough excess that you shouldn't have to. Okay, now with the masking that we still have, what I'm going to do is I'm going to wipe up my mess of gel. I'm going to start the other side using my guidelines that are cut into the masking. My other side will be perfectly ready for center. Okay, now we've gotten to the point where we've wiped off all the gel. For anyone that's wondering how well the gel wipes clean, if there's any residue or anything left over, just use a little bit of alcohol. It comes right off. The gel is fabulous for this install. I have no bubbles left. What I'm going to do, I'm going to leave this clear on. I would finish my install. Okay, do not take this outside and let it dry in the heat. Give it about 30 minutes, then you can start peeling. When you start peeling this mask, start from the top, peel your way down.